Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Saturday show, of course. Today is also, I'm going to be doing Fuckwit of the Fortnight again. Because that's the kind of person I am. So, well, there's only one group of people I can include in this segment, and that is the British public. Good job. You voted for the Conservatives. Great job. Yeah. What the fuck was going through your minds? Anyway, let's talk about the first. Well, before we go on to the questions, let's talk about the first decision they made of this 5 years. I am, of course, talking about the Snoopers Charter, or Draft Communications Data Bill. It's expected to force British internet service providers to keep huge amounts of data on their customers and to make that information available to the government and security services. And yeah, it's supposed to, David Cameron suggested that his party could introduce even more wide-ranging powers. Yeah, because that's what we want. And in the wake of Charlie Hebdo attacks in Paris at the beginning of the year, he pledged to reintroduce the Snoopers Charter. He asked, in our country, do we want to allow a means of communication between people which we cannot read? Sadly, Cameron, it doesn't do shit for us. Paris and France had those laws a long time before the Charlie Hebdo attacks. It didn't do shit. It didn't stop shit. They still got away with it. Granted, they were shot, but they would have been, even if we didn't know about it, which apparently we didn't. So, it doesn't work. Your excuse is void. So, if that really... And what pisses me off about this is it's not to uncover terrorist plots at all. It's so that they can make money off of people's data and basically come up with reasons to arrest people who don't agree with them. But yeah, some idiots are going around the internet defending this, saying, nothing to fear, nothing to hide. Okay then, smartass, you share your internet history, where you live, every scrap of personal information about you, with us all, right now. All of us on the internet. Go ahead. Go on. No? Then shut the fuck up. So, Conservatives, you are messing with the internet, a world of its own. Let me know how that works out for you. So, on to the questions. If you could only eat 4 different foods for the remainder of your life, what foods would you choose? I would choose pizza, hot dogs, burgers, sausage rolls. Next question. What is your deepest, most primal fear? The dark. Uh, um, what one thing would you like to be remembered for? I don't know. No clue. Next question. Is it better to be forgotten by people or remembered for doing something bad, i.e. Holocaust? Forgotten. Yeah, just forgotten all the time. But yeah, I only got a few questions this week, so now I'm going to be talking about War Thunder. Because War Thunder, the planes, the community. The planes, especially in arcade battles, which is what I play most of, there are tons of rammers, tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of rammers. You can't get a good game. You cannot get a good game in War Thunder. It just doesn't happen. So yeah, it just doesn't happen. World of Tanks 9.7 came out last week, I think it was. The new D-Day map, broken. You can't go through a certain point, and in the northern place, there's a chance you will not be able to move your tank at all. So it's been a pretty shit time for both games. Other than that, I'm not sure that there's much else to say. This Snoopers Charter thing, if you worked with people on the internet instead of spying on them all the time, okay. This comment by GCHQ are the enemy on the independent website of this story. Reporting on this story summed it up pretty well. The surveillance powers will be abused and will be used to pick out and target political dissents. When I mean target, I mean take revenge against them. There are many ways of doing this, but one particular method is called organised stalking or gang stalking. This is where someone will be targeted with psychological harassment by multiple strangers on an ongoing basis. I have been targeted by this since 2009 by rogue police officers at Scotland Yard and the intelligence agencies. The problem with researching about this subject is there is a lot of misinformation on the internet about this, which doesn't help. There's then a comment by So6. Oh my life! This guy is a complete and utter illiterate idiot. You can't just remove encryption from everyone's information. You're not making the UK more secure by doing this. You're opening it up and making it 100 times easier for hackers, etc., to get access to valuable information, but of course, he clearly doesn't give a monkey's. Bugged says, the information logged will be used and targeted against us in the future, no doubt. It's very bad that governments know our private thoughts and information. If you cannot see that now, you will in 5 years. My opinion says people who voted the Tories did not vote them to snoop on their privacy and financial affairs. They need to remember the punishment meted out to Lib Dems and Labour, and it will be their turn next election. And then there's one of these idiots, Kayla 1659. If you have something to hide, then maybe you should be worried, and if not, you will still sleep at night. Again, share your fucking information if you have nothing to fucking hide. And Sonny's son has replied to this comment by Kayla 1659 with this. That old, arrogant, fascist BS quote again. Okay, so let the government and their hired private security firms have access to your PC and full internet history. Let them see and know everything you do, snoop on all your family photographs, know all of your political allegiances, religious convictions and any prejudices you may hold through networking sites like these. Let them see any bank and eBay details so we can see what exactly you've been purchasing. Let's just see how much muck and info they can pin on you and your family. This is their right, you have none. Adolf Hitler would be nodding his head in complete agreement with you. Plateau and Friends says a few very quick points. It doesn't work at all. Mass surveillance has never prevented a single terrorist attack. Truth. There are legal ways of obtaining this info that are transparent, use the courts, and don't require surveillance. True. He's always abused. You just need to bear in mind the catalogues of naked Skype screenshots collected by GCHQ and NSA employees to realise that. Again, true. And Chief Ranter says, and they talk about Labour being authoritarian. Tories haven't even got their expected majority yet, and they are introducing a Big Brother bill. Yeah, this comment was from 20 hours ago. So yeah, these twats. That's all for this episode of the Saturday Show. Tomorrow will be another Project Geekdom video. Other than that, that's all for this video. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and as always, subscribe.